Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is a First Impressions Friday and we have so much fun stuff to play with today. So I have received a whole bunch of different wonderful gifts from some subscribers. And we will be going through and looking at a few of those gifts today. So this may be a long video. If it is, I'm sorry. If it's not, okay. But it's going to be. Just to let you know. All right, so let's get started with this wonderful stack of books here. So I'm going to put this aside. Let's start with each person. So the person that sent me this wonderful book, it's called Daydreams by Monique Day Wild. It's hand-drawn designs to color in. And she also sent me this wonderful dragonfly glaze. Awesome! And we will be playing with this a little bit later. We will be swatching it with the other awesome things that somebody else sent me. So I have colored in this. I couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait. It's a nice small book. And the pictures in here are just so nice. You know, like flat leaves, just basic leaves. Just so relaxing. Dandelions, different little flowers. This one, see, I colored it already. Like I said, I couldn't wait. I colored the next one too. And they just are so appealing to me because it's what I do when I relax is I color small things that are very doodly, not zentangled or that sort of thing. Just like just a whole bunch of different flowers. It's not a great big huge picture, it's just flowers. And I just think that is fantastic. I just love this book. Like, look at that. Just roses and hearts, Just an absolutely wonderful, wonderful book. So, Ashley, thank you so much for this book. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. A little bird. And I always see something new every time I look at it. Like that little bird. I didn't see that little bird the first 30 times I flipped through this book. Little butterfly. Oh, I didn't see little dragonflies. Didn't see those. So each time I flip through it, I see little things, and it's like so exciting. It's wonderful. And this was sent to me by Ashley Colors, and I thank you so much for sending it to me. I really do appreciate it. And I just love it. It's not my normal thing, but I really actually like the size of it. It's a nice small book, as you can see against another book. It's a very small book. It's about half the size. Let's see. I got a bit of water on my desk, so hopefully it didn't get on the books. Yeah, it's about half the size of a regular book. And it is just so much fun to color in. As you can see, I've already done 2 in here. And these were done on my own time. I didn't actually do them on the channel, so don't go looking for them because they aren't done on the channel. It is just something that I grabbed a pencil and went to town on it. The next one, because I did this rose with them, is the koh-i-noor tritone colored pencils. Somebody sent me these and I appreciate it. She sent them to me for a celebration of the 2,000 subscribers. So I would like to say thank you very much to her. I'm not going to mention her name because she asked me not to. So I just love them. And as you can tell, they did really, really well. And we will be doing some work with those a little bit later on as well because I still have to swatch them. So we will be doing some swatch work with them. All right. Another thing, As you may remember, last month was the artist of the month was Karen E. Myers, and Karen was on the channel and hung out with us. And during our conversation before the hangout, um, she asked me about my ownership of the books, and I let her know that I have all of them except for one. So she sent me this one in thanks for having her on the channel for all of the wonderful works that we did in her books over the month and completed my collection because I only had one left to get, and it was this one. And I thank her so much. I just love it. Absolutely lovely, lovely book. Now, it did have some damage from Amazon. It looks like somebody cut the page, the cover, and the first couple of pages while opening the box, but that's okay. It didn't go into any of the actual pages, and it's just such an adorable book. I just love her books. Like, look at that. It's like little faces in there. It's awesome. And it's very Christmassy. And, it's got such great detail. I love the boot. It's just so cool. And we will be coloring in these during Christmas as well. So maybe Christmas in July. Just because they're just so whimsical. I just love them. And I do coloring outside of YouTube because, it is how I relax sometimes. Most of the time, when I am coloring, I am on Discord chatting with people. So if you want to join over on the Discord channel, it is listed below the video here. And you can come hang out with us. There's a group of us that hang out in the voice chat and turn our cameras and just sit and color with each other. It's awesome. I just love it. This is so cool. It's like one of those grabby claw games, and it's stuffing all the stockings. It's just so cool. And then we're back to the start. And of course, her books still have dual pictures in all of them. So, of course, you can pull out one and give it to a friend to color and that sort of thing. Or you can color them different ways, which I just love. I love the fact that there is two of everything in each book. Some people find it possibly a waste of paper, but sometimes I want to color something one way and then, a week later, my fancy is to color it a different way. And that ability to do that is definitely in all of the Mystical Land books. Now, this pile of wonderful books was sent to me by a subscriber. She also sent me these wonderful, wonderful, glittery, beautiful glitter paints. So Dion, thank you so much for your generosity and your support. They're all gorgeous. I love them. I love them all. And we will be swatching these as well after I go through the books. So stay tuned for that. Because, yeah, glittery paints. Come on, guys. These are the Folk Art Extreme Glitter. They have superior coverage and they are the fine glitter, so they're not the chunky ones. I like the chunky ones too, but I really like the fine glitter. So we will be looking at those. And she sent me these wonderful, wonderful books. This is The Enchanted Book by Jamie Lynn Doherty. And it is signed, which is awesome. And it's just gorgeous. The paper in here is a little thin, but it's just so pretty. You know, it's got different genres like Beauty and the Beast, um, one white bride, one black bride. So we've got the light, the dark, Little Red Riding Hood, and the wolf. It seems that there's a lot of two-page spreads in this book. So this is Alice in Wonderland. This is Thumbelina's Slumber. There's little Thumbelina over here. Just an absolutely gorgeous book. The Apple and Snow White. So of course we've got the old crone with the apple and apples, and of course Snow White about to bite into the gorgeous red apple. I'm just moving these out of the way so that I can show you more of the book. And then we've got some flowers, some more flowers. Those are peonies. And then we've got Sleeping Beauty. And a sleeping dragon. And Princess and the Pea. But it's just an absolutely wonderful book. And like I said, it's all two-page spreads all the way through the book. Now there's a couple of ones there. So there's a gnome and a mouse, and then of course an old wizard. So Bluebeard, I guess he's a pirate, not a wizard. And then we have some with some dark backgrounds, which is awesome. And some fairies. Love these. It's just so cool. Mountain men. You know, the ugly duckling, unicorn, the lamb, native art, the fox and the crow. You know, just a lot of really cool. The golden goose, the ice queen, the queen of hearts, and Jack and the beanstalk. You know, just some really great artwork. And of course, all of them in smaller versions there as well as some bookmarks and that sort of thing, which is all awesome. And then, of course, we've got some test pages here, previews from Faith and Color, and that sort of thing. Wonderful book. Love it. Another one that she sent me is from Edwina McNamee. I can never get her name right, which is Winter Windlings, and I love this book. I have a lot of her books. She has the dark section, which is all done on dark paper, and then she has the same pictures on white paper. So if you want to do it as a night scene, she provides the dark background for you. And if you want to do it with a lighter tones, she provides the white background for you. And they're just adorable, absolutely adorable. Very Christmas feeling. Um, and of course, she helped and started it. So these books all came from her own collection of books, and Dion sent them to me as a thank you, and to clear out some of the things that she felt that she would probably never color in, but knew I would, which is awesome. So another one that she sent me is Zendoodle Coloring, The Magical Fairies. It's Enchanted Pixies to color and display by Deborah Mueller. I don't have a lot of Deborah's stuff. I like a lot of things in here, but she's not one of my absolute favorite artists. But you know, she does put out some cute little things. But and it will give me the opportunity to play with a little bit more fairy wings and stuff like that. It's just cute. A very, very nice book. Uh, Now these ones made me cry. And they may still make me cry. um, Her generosity was just phenomenal. Um, Here in Oregon, for some reason, I'm not sure why, and if Lady Ravencroft's out there and has any idea why, but for some reason, they will not ship to Oregon. So I have filled my entire Etsy cart with all of her books, and it just won't ship here to Oregon. I've had a friend of mine try it. It won't ship to her either. So for some reason, it won't ship to Oregon. But she had these in her collection and she never used them. She doesn't like coloring faces and stuff like that, and felt that she would never color in them. They are signed, and they are gorgeous. I just, uh, they're just absolutely beautiful. The paper in here is 300-pound GSM and is just fantastic for both colored pencils as well as markers and painting and that sort of thing. And I am so grateful that Dion felt like sharing these with me because I love them. So again, Dion, thank you. I promise I won't cry. Maybe. And she was a little bit concerned because she did color in some of the books, and I think it's absolutely special. It makes that book even more special knowing that a friend has started a page or finished a page in it. So I appreciate them. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Some of them are scary to me because they are so detailed and so beautiful. And I don't know if I can do them justice, but I will definitely try. Yeah, so absolutely beautiful. This is Fairy and Fantasy Art Book 5. This one here is Book 1, I guess. Yeah, it just says it doesn't have a book number, so I assume it's Book 1. And just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love it. Love that. Absolutely fantastic artwork. Love this. That's really cool. The mermaids. And she started this picture, which I will finish for her, which of course is the Mad Tea Party. And she started this picture and she was testing different skin tones on this picture. So I will finish it off for her because I do believe in pixies and I do believe they all have different skin tones. And I think she did a fantastic job on all the skin tones, personally. There's a few in there that I couldn't pull off with markers. Tea for two. Love that. Absolutely love it. Love this one too. Love all the pictures. And this little guy, he's so cute. But this is definitely my cup of tea. So I thank her so much for sending it and for starting that wonderful page. And I will finish it. and send it back to you. Now this one here as well is A Colorful Dream of Mermaids and Seashells, Serena by Mardell Rubio. And I probably have stated that wrong, but it's like just phenomenal. Of course, it's got a good thick paper, single-sided, beautiful pages. Lots of different mermaids and mermen. I'm going to try to turn this one a little bit quicker so that we can move on to some of the other things that we're going to play with. And you may have seen me use some of the paints already because I did use them on the mermaid that I finished yesterday. All right. Yeah, they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I may or may not end up coloring one of these this month. Ooh, I like that one. That is so pretty. I just love these fantail fish. I just love them. Oh, that's nice too. Tiger fish. Ooh, seahorses. I love it. And the paper is wonderful enough that I could use watercolor on it and not have any issues. Now she did start this one, so I will be finishing this one for her. And just adorable. Absolutely adorable. Just wonderful, wonderful pages. Big bee. Look at the bumblebees. Yeah, I'm not easily excitable, honest. Love it. Again with the fantail fish. Ooh, that's cool. Full undersea world with the mermaids. The sleepy mermaid. Little baby mermaids. Ah, they're awesome. Another undersea world. City. And of course, a double page spread. Oh, that's pretty. Love that. And that's the end of that book. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous book. And again, I thank you so much for your generosity. These are all just absolutely beautiful. And I am so happy that you chose to share your collection with me. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's get to playing with stuff. Set these aside, and we're going to try not to throw them all on the floor. We're going to start with the Tritone colored pencils here. We've got to make sure this is dry. We've got a color chart here. I've named it all. And we're going to color with them. So this one is called Daffodil. Okay. So I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So this one is called Daffodil. And we're just going to fill it in and see how that tritone shows up. So as you use the tritone, if you spin the pencil, you get more of the different colors. Like as you can see here, it's really light, here's a medium, and there's a dark. So as you spin the pencil, you get different levels of those yellows, which is cool. And this one here is called Desert Yellow. And again, different levels of yellow. I didn't see any of that brown in there. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that orange-brown color in there. Might have to sharpen it. But that's Desert Yellow. And it may blend right into it so that it creates that desert yellow color. This one here is Marigold. Oh, no, Marigold. I, for some reason, thought it was Marigold. Yeah, see, this one has more of that brown in it. As well as the yellows. That's really nice. I like that. And then this one here is Citrus. And you can see the yellows, the oranges, the different colors all the way through the pencil. And just by turning it, you get those different colors blended together, which is really cool. So as you can see, there's some yellows and some oranges and some reds, or dark, deeper oranges, red-orange colors. And this one here is Flame. So again, it has the three tones of yellow and orange. So just turning the pencil gives me a different color, and it blends in to the other colors. It's not liking this paper as much as it liked the coloring book paper, which is fine. It will still work with it. I just snapped the tip off this pencil. It's still usable. So this one is called Sunset. And it is some pinks, some reds, and some yellows. And I think my snapping it didn't help. Let's sharpen it a bit. I snapped the end of it and it didn't like it. There, that's better. So we have some yellows into the red and into the pink. Very interesting color. Definitely could make flame colors with that. That's for sure. Or sunset colors. This one is poppy. So as you can see, it gets light and then dark. And turn it again. So we've got an orange, a red, and a dark red. And I'm telling you, these do seem to be working a little bit better on the coloring book paper than I'm getting here on this cardstock. So that's interesting to me. Because the other koh-i-noors, the regular ones, did very, very nicely on the cardstock. So and this one is Ember. And this has some orange, red, and black. I'm going to have to watch some videos on how to play with these a little more. I like the red and the black together too. Looks good. I'll have to play with them some more on some non-cardstock because I feel that the cardstock's holding it back a little bit. Not sure why. It just doesn't seem to be putting down a good layer of color. This one here is called Spanish Night. And it looks like it has some black, some purple, and some red in it. So I'm seeing a lot of the black and the purple. Ah, there we go. The purple wasn't showing through as well. Seems like it's very dominant red and black tones. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Like I said, we'll have to color with them and play with them a little more. This one here is called Volcano. And it's got some green, orange, and red. Looks very cool. I wonder how they get it to have them mixed in like that. So I'm getting a lot of the orange and red colors, yellow and red colors. I'm not getting a lot of that green, gray green, which may just be a mixer color. I'm not sure. It's a very interesting color though, definitely volcanic. And then we have this one, which is blush. I'll move that over so that you can see. And like I said, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on these because I um, don't want to break the pencil. They are a bit of a hard pencil. And I want the colors to show through in their perspective orders on the pencil itself, which is interesting. I am not getting that, and it may just be because it's a small area, but I'm not getting that purple tone. I'm I'm seeing it in there. There's plenty of it in there, but for some reason I'm not getting a large amount of it on the page, which is interesting. Interesting, interesting. Like I said, this is, I did use a couple of these colors. I think it was this one and this one that I'm going to be using next on the pink flower. This one here is violets. And it's got a blue, a purple, and a pink. And it is very predominantly blue and purple. But it still gives that nice pink tone in there as well. You just have to look at it and see where the pink is, I guess. Interesting. I have some inexpensive tritone type of pencils, and they aren't as smooth as these are. This one's called Evening Storm. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that color together. It's got some gray, some blue, and some red. See, I like the way this one color is coloring. It's dropping the color all the way through to give it that movement of color, which is kind of cool. I like it. This one here is Summer Sky, and it's got the 3 layers of blue. Alright, so this should be interesting too. Let's see first of all if you get the gradient or so these ones seem to work better if you just use one side. They seem to have it checkered in there so much that you can get all three colors. That's interesting. The other ones I have quite literally have to turn it, otherwise you don't get the colors. But some of these seem to have enough of it checkered all the way through the core that even if you don't turn it, you're going to get all three colors, which is really cool. And this one here is called Ocean. And it's got the darker blue, medium blue, and light blue. That's cool too. Just looks blue to me. It might just be me, but it just looks blue to me. Ah, there's some dark. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely three different colors in there, but it's not coming out all at once like the other one did. So it definitely has the necessity to turn it, which is interesting. Some you don't have to turn, some you do. So I would suggest turning them just to get the colors that you want. Twilight. Or if you just the want to let it do its thing, just let it do its thing. These will work. These will be really interesting in large areas, I think, just to see how much color and how much color change it puts out. So you can definitely see there's a difference in the blues there. And it's got a dark, medium, and medium light. Not as light as the other ones, but it's interesting. This one is tropical. And again, we'll go this way. So this has some yellow and blues in it. And you can see the yellow and the blue green colors coming out. So it seems like the yellow has mixed into the blue and created a green tone, which is interesting. I like it. Yeah, because it's got the two different blues and then a yellow, but it comes out a greenish. That's kind of cool. Good mix in there. Looks really neat, actually. This one here is Rainforest. So again, it is screens. And this is three different tritones of green, a medium, dark, medium, and light. And you can see them in that. So it's actually coming off with all three of them there as you go over in one pass, which is interesting. It's another one of those pencils that seems to have the ability to show all three. It's really not liking this cardstock though, which is odd to me. Because I have colored with these on the coloring book paper. It's not really cheap paper, but it is still coloring book paper, and it did beautifully on there. I think this might be just too smooth. Could be. It may not have enough tooth. Oh, that's nice. This one's called Meadow, and it's got some yellow, light green, and dark green mixed in. see a lot of the yellow and light green. I'm not seeing a lot of that dark green in there, even with turning it. There we go. That's better. The yellow seems to lighten it quite a bit, but it does definitely look like meadow grass, which is cool. And then we have forest. And this is going to be a medium olive green, and then a medium dark olive green, a medium green, and a light green. And that yellow is the olive green. So again, not a huge variation until you turn the pencil. So then you get the variance. The different colors. Now this one here is called Tiger. And it has a yellow, an orange, and a brown. So let's see how that works out. So it does actually put out the same colors, for example, as Tiger ice cream. That dark mixed into the lighter tone there. Just giving it a bit of a spin so that we can get all the colors. Actually looks kind of cool. Interesting. I'm finding these very, very, very interesting. Can you tell? This one here is called Earth Tones. And I am told that this one here is really good for doing trees and doing mountains and stuff like that. And I can see why it would be good for doing trees. There's a really good amount of dark in there, but also a really good amount of that red tone, which is awesome. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I like it. I like it. Definitely puts out a good amount of color in those earthy kind of colors. And this one here is metal. So this one is going to be your silver tones, your black, gray, and light gray. It's really kind of cool. So unlike a rainbow pencil, it does have the three different tones in it, and the way I use them is if I want a black, I turn there. If I want a gray, I turn there. If I want a light gray, I turn there. And then I combine them all together. But I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to use them. That's just the way I use them. And I've just started playing with them so recently, so I can't guarantee that's the best way to use them. From what I can see of them, lots of really interesting colors, really interesting mixtures of colors, which is really cool. So we're going to actually let's do a flower here. And we're going to start with this one. So we're going to start with violets. And we're going to do our areas down here with the violets. And of course you don't have to stick with one pencil even though it has 3 different colors in it. Because I am not going to. Like I said, for some reason they're not liking this paper all that much. So we're not going to get a very good understanding of what they can do on coloring book paper with this cardstock. But we will get a good understanding of how they do on cardstock. And so far I'm finding they don't seem to like the cardstock a whole lot. Alright, now we're going to use some, that's an interesting combination there. So we're going to use blush, it's really, really cool how I can get different levels of the color and different colors themselves just by turning the pencil, which is just really cool to me. I won't stay too long on it. I will finish this flower and maybe do a greenery, because we do have a lot of other things to look at. All right. So the two pencils themselves blend very nicely together. The colors blend very well into each other, so it's not looking like there's a lot of difference in the color there. Well, there's a difference, but it blends into each other quite nicely. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't get a harsh line between the two different pencils, which is awesome. Okay, so let's take one of these. Let's do this one. And we'll start with our dark. Now let's see if we can find some light. There we go. That's looking really cool. I like that. That's actually pretty good for leaves. It'll give you a dark area as well as your light area. I like the fact that I don't, if I see where the turn is, I don't have to really use a different pencil, if that makes sense. I can do the dark and the light with the same pencil, which is awesome. It's actually really cool. And this is just so cool. I must say the greens are liking the floral areas a little bit better than they like the open spaces. I think this might be because there's more texture there. Yeah, I like it. That's interesting. Very, very cool. Very interesting. Let's try. Let's try this one. So this one here is sunset. So it gives you that red, a little bit of that pink, and then finishes it off with that yellow, which looks really cool. I like it. Okay, so there is our tri-color colored pencils. I'll switch you over to the main screen here so you can see a little bit more. It does look a little messy, but it is, I'm going to move you down just a touch. There you go. So there is 3 different colors in every pencil. So as you turn them or as you use them straight, it is dependent upon what color you get. So you have to be careful with them and look at the colors that are in it as you turn it. If you want a specific color, you need to turn it to that color. If you want to just let it go and do its thing, just let it go and do its thing. I personally have never used these before other than recently when I just got them in the mail. I have used them in one book and I did find that they worked very well in the book that I used them in. So I did use them for this flower. I used them for the pinks as well as the center areas where the Zentangle doodle areas, as well as the green for the stem. And they worked very, very well. This is not at all a cardstock. It is a nice paper, but it is a thinner paper, absolutely. So I have used them on that, and it worked out very, very nicely. I don't think it's liking the cardstock though, so that may have a determining factor as well. I think it needs a little bit more grit than this cardstock has. All right, so our next thing to play with. I'll grab my paintbrush. I've got some paper towel here so I can wipe things off. And a little bit of water because these are they have superior coverage. They are extreme glitter, and they do say that they are um, able to be washed off. So it says let dry for 1 hour between coats, clean with while wet with soap and water. So I can wash these off in between colors. So let's start with our dragonfly. This one here is the one that was sent to me by Ashley Colors. And I thank you so much because it's so pretty. And as you can see, it's kind of a white, gluish kind of thing. So we're going to put it on the black spot here, just so that we can see the colors better. It does dry clear, which is awesome. And we're just going to coat that whole area. And we'll rinse it off. And I am not having a good day with water medium, so so far I've knocked the water over twice. My husband knocked his coffee over this morning. Yeah, it's just not been a good day for water. That one's gold. So the next one we have on the list here is called Champagne. And there is a name on the, like this one here says silver argent. This one here says black. This one here says champagne, so it does have your names on them. Don't forget to give them a bit of a shake to move that glitter around. And know why, but it looks all dry. I don't like that. That's interesting. My champagne looks like there's a clump of dry paint in there. Yeah, ew. Like a really big clump of dry paint. That did not look good. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. All right, now I've got to get some paper towel and wipe off this end so I don't get champagne everywhere. That's very odd that it did that. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Because it wasn't even opened. So let's make sure this goes on tight. And then we'll rinse this off. And as it dries, we'll look at the glitter that is provided with them. So the next one is turquoise. Give it a bit of shake. It is pretty blue. Trying to make sure I get the glitter everywhere so that you can actually see without lifting it back off. That's the only thing that I find with glitter paints is if you go over it too much, you just end up lifting it off, which drives me crazy. Rinse that off. I'm going to grab another piece of paper towel here so that I can dry it off. I think I might be getting a little bit too much moisture into the paint itself. So we'll rinse it and dry it. Make it all dry. This one here is emerald. This one is the one I used yesterday on my mermaid painting. And it is a lovely sparkly green. Very, very nice. And I like doing the swatch charts because it gives me a good idea of what they're going to look like when they're dry. Because they look completely different on paper than they do in the bottle. So they're going to look very different on paper than they do in the bottle. This one here is Jelly Bean Pink. I think, yeah, Jelly Bean Pink. What color? Oh, that was the red. Okay. So this one is Jelly Bean Pink. And it's so pretty. It is very pink. It just looks like little jelly beans. Trying to be neat and tidy with it. I should really stop drying at this point. And this one has a much finer glitter than the other ones. I'm noticing. It's very pretty though. Alright, and then we have purple. Let's rinse this off and dry it out. And this one is purple. And I'm using a very, very cheap Crayola children's paint brush because I don't want to use a good brush for glitters. It may damage the bristles, so I don't want to damage any bristles. And that one's purple. So purple. The next one is red. Just rinse that off. Boy, we have been on here a while. That's the second train that's come through. I can usually tell if I've gone a long period of time on how many trains come through at the time. Oh, that's pretty. And it smells like glue. You know the glue that you grew up with it at for school, the white Elmer's glue. It kind of smells like that. So I don't think this is a glitter glue, but I think what is holding the glitter in may have a glue. Well, it could just be acrylic glue. I don't know. But it smells kind of like the Elmer's glue. And then we have black. Where's our black? There's our black. And this one here. So it has a lot of black glitter in it. Definitely great for night skies and stuff. Of course, these are basically things that I would use to embellish. Um, I don't use a lot of glitter as a medium. I do use a lot of glitter for embellishments, so it's definitely something we will use to embellish with. Because it's pretty. It's so sparkly. Alright, silver. So that's our black. We just did that one. Now we're going to do silver. Another one that has me excited is one that's called hologram. That's coming up here. So silver has some nice small silver bits in it. It's very see-through other than the small silver flecks, which is cool. And then we have the next one, which is hologram. I like this one. Just give it a stir up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but oh my goodness. Pretty, pretty, pretty colors. And the sparkles. I'll turn on a light in a bit here after we get the gold down so that you can see the different colors. And the sparkle, where is the gold? This is gold, I think. Yeah. And I did use this one on the poppy flowers for the little bits of gold in the background. So like I said, I would use these. Oh no! Okay, so we're going to do the hologram one here because I just did the gold over top of the hologram. Oh dear. So that one is hollow and gold. So we'll do the hologram one next to it because, yeah, I'm a dork, but that's okay. Uh, well, It's a hologram gold. I'm just making a mess here now. I got all flustered. It's okay. All right, so let's take a look at the sparkle. So pretty. All right, so we're going to turn this light on. Let's see if we can see the sparkle. So the dragonfly has a purple, red, and yellow kind of color to it, depending upon how the light's hitting it. The champagne has a nice champagne gold. The turquoise has a nice blue. Emerald has some nice green silver shimmers. The jelly bean has some pink, blue, purple, and silver yellow kind of colors in it. It's very, very sparkly. Purple has some purple and some silvers. Red has some reds and some golds. Black is black and silver. And the silver has some silvers and whites and that kind of color. The gold has some gold and white. And the hologram has some green, gold, white, silver, all different, some blues, all different colors in it. It's just so pretty. And it's definitely one that you would use for fairy wings, stuff like that. Same with the dragonfly, definitely something that you would use for fairy wings and things like that. They covered very, very nicely. Same with the pink. The pink is another one that you would use for fairy wings. Actually, I'd use them all for fairy wings. They're all very, very pretty and great for embellishments. So, yeah, wonderful, wonderful thing to add to your supplies, especially if you want to do embellishments and make things just extra sparkly. Look at the sparkle on that. I don't know if you guys can see it as well as I can, but oh my goodness, is it ever glittery. I'll switch you over to the close-up camera. Maybe you can see it better. Like all that glitter, all that sparkle. It's so pretty. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop fangirling over the sparkle here. Um, so we will be using those on embellishments and things like that. Of course, we will be using the tritones more in the future, along with the koh-i-noor polycolors that I have. I would like to say thank you very much to all of the wonderful ladies that have sent me these fantastic gifts. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. And I thank you all very much for spoiling me rotten, because that is exactly what you do, with just your kindness and love and support. Of course, always remember to be kind to one another, relax, color, and stay safe. Thank you so much for playing and for hanging out. If you want to join me over on Discord and just sit and color and talk, you can definitely do so. The link is in the description below the video. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We definitely put out at least one video every day except for Sundays, and we are live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. You all have a fantastic day, and tomorrow, of course, I will see you live at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is at 12 o'clock Central and 1 o'clock Eastern. Until then, bye bye for now.